Sports betting brethren, hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today we're talking about how to bet as a side hustle, how to use this for an hour a day to make money as a side hustle. And I kind of want to go through the strategies and the tips and things you can position you in that fashion. And the other part of this, I want to explain to you potentially how much you can make and the expectation of, how that would work numbers wise. So I think that's also something very important to know how you're spending your time and, so if it's something for you. So let's take a look. All right, guys, real quick positive EV information here. There is a 7-day free trial. If you have not used OddsJam in the past and you want to do so, 7 days free trial link down below. Once you use the tools and all the data information and all the value that it brings to you for closing line value and positive EV bets, go ahead and use Boyd20, BOYD20. The QR code there is going to get you 20% off the first 2 months of your subscription at OddsJam. What a better time here during football season as we get up and running. And finally, I've created a course, an online course that if you're interested in, I will send it to you for free. Again, another QR code for you. Makes it really simple to put on your phone and download real quick. The course is about 2.5 hours of about 25, 26 videos broken up into incrementally just to help educate you and help expedite your education in the betting world for the betting tools that OddsJam has. So hopefully that's something of value you can really incorporate right away to make profits. All right, guys, so here we go. So this, betting is a side hustle. Sports betting is a side hustle. And I've got a lot of, tips or tricks and things that I'd probably want to incorporate if I were in your situation and know before I got into it. So the very first thing is time. Not only how much you have, I'm using an hour here to just base it on a kind of a part-time side hustler on a daily basis, but when? Is it morning? Is it evening? It really is going to depend because the time and the opportunity could depend on the sport you may be most effective in. MLB, it's daily, it's constant, it's going all the time. And if you have an opportunity in the early morning, you can really take advantage of some pricing opportunities in that situation. As the limits go up later in the day and more news comes in later in the day, that's all the more better. But, having that opportunity to do it first thing in the morning for about an hour is really a great window for someone betting MLB. All right, I get it. MLB's not for everybody, and the season is kind of wrapping up. So let's pivot on to football. Let's talk about football, college, and also NFL. Again, the time depends on your schedule and your opportunities, whether it's in the morning or the night, because you're going to have college football lines coming out on Sunday afternoon for the upcoming week, and so you want to be able to plan and put yourself in a position on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays to be looking at injury reports, the market movements. The market's kind of getting established at that point. The lines are going to be changing and fluctuating. If you can get ahead of it early, that way you don't have to worry about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday getting your bets in and placing, but you're going to have all your homework done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday, just kind of reconfirming things. That way your weekends are very, very much haze in the barn. The work is done, so to speak. All right, more tips on football. Let's say in college football, I would highly recommend that if you have limited time, you take 1, 2, max 3 conferences that you know really, really well, love to follow, love to watch, and also in a time frame that you have available to watch. So if you're on the East Coast, probably picking some of the California schools is going to make a lot of sense. You're going to be up way, way, way late at night. And again, take that off your list of a focus. So something you can do in college football is to really focus in and hone in on, 1 to 3 conferences and just really make that your specialty. I would also recommend staying away from the NFL as much because it's one of the most efficient markets, and so it's one of the toughest things to tackle. So if you're just getting started, taking on the big elephant is probably not as smart as maybe putting yourself in a position for other types of bets, other types of sports, other types of markets. All right, guys, moving on to basketball. As it gets further into the year, you're going to have college basketball, NBA, and also the NHL going on. And I highly recommend, using these sports to your advantage as well, because again, you have 3 or 4 games a week, but you don't have the daily thing you have going on like in MLB. You also have way more games going on than just the once a week like college football and NFL. So incorporating the college basketball can be a really, really big thing to do. Very profitable. Lots of great markets, lots of great opportunities in the player prop side of the NBA. Some low hanging fruit there. NHL, things like that. So those are some areas also to where you can have enough time to do some planning and some preparation with 3 or 4 games a week like you have in those sports versus the frequency of MLB and also the lack of frequency in the football side of things. And you can really structure certain days because they have travel days typically on certain rotations at certain times, so you can kind of structure your week accordingly. All right, guys, next thing I want to talk about is the expectation financially and money wise, and really it's all going to depend on the budget and the dollar amount. Let's say, for example, you have $5,000. You can churn and burn that and show consistently that you're making probably 1,000 to 3,000 a month by rotating and mathematically using the tools at OddsJam. So, that would be a realistic target, very much realistic, because that's been shown over and over again. Let's say, for example, you had 1,000. You very, very consistently could generate and stay, at a Kelly criterion, financial plan, and make 1,000 to 1,500, 2,000 a month. Really depends on your risk tolerance, but having a budget, having that set up can really dictate, the returns more so than the time you invested into it, because certainly that's where it's all at, is in the picks and the consistency and the mathematical profitability that OddsJam is providing to you. So it's all relative, and it really can be that profitable. All right, guys, final tips here. Certainly you can expand and make a lot more money than that. People are making a ton of money doing this. They're spending a little bit more time. They're also having a lot more outs, a lot more sports books, a lot more alternative locations to place their bets at. So this is something that's very, very doable, and it sort of has a strategy to scale. But I wanted to kind of share this information with you if you're kind of just getting started and want to know where to start, where to build, and kind of next steps. So as always, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Be happy to get back to you. And as always, take advantage of those QR codes to make sure you get involved with using OddsJam, using it as a tool. It's an absolute must. You can't do it without it, because you don't have the information. It'd be impossible to keep up with the speed of all this. So please take advantage of all those benefits using OddsJam. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.